You know, just being open and honest to a youth, I didn't get that, you know, going through the system.
Judging of what I came into the system for, certain questions weren't asked. So I felt there was a lot of judgment.
The core practice model is a set of tools or skills for social workers rather than an end in itself.
The beginning of implementation is getting your leadership on board.
We share in the decision making. We have a shared vision. It's shared leadership. We talk the same language. We share in the same trainings. So together we really have a greater understanding of what this work looks like.
We've joined with DCFS in going to trainings. We've enjoyed coaching with DCFS, where really you have to sit with families and practice it.
Well, in coaching, we go at it a different way. We really slow you down as a worker and as a supervisor to examine how you're engaging with this family.
Doing this whole thing together, it just seems like they're asking those right questions to get those, you know, issues resolved, and to wanting to know the parents and not judge them for what they came in for. I'm just asking those simple questions of, what's your story?
I think it puts the focus on the actual people that we're working with, which is the children, the parents, the family, the support system.
I think staff like the fact that families don't feel defensive. And I think when families feel defensive, they tend to lash out at social workers as well as DMH staff. And I think that has sort of been the relational norm between DCFS and the families, because families think, okay, here comes DCFS, they're coming to take my kid.
I was talking to a runaway worker, and she said, you know, I really think this practice is making me a better parent to my young kids, and being able to see that model the behavior in our lives. Just imagine what we're doing in the community and the other avenues that we do outside of DCFS as well.
I love the positive feedback we can bounce off of each other from a parent's perspective and also from a worker's perspective.
How I think it's changed is I've changed the way that I look at a situation. I sit there and I take time to listen to someone's story.
We've teamed differently as an administrative group. All of us have embraced the philosophies of teaming with each other.
The Quality Service Review gives you measures of how well you're implementing the core practice model.
Engaging, teaming, assessment, planning, tracking. They sound simple, but they're really important components. We're really tuning into hearing what families need from the department instead of just reacting to the behaviors.
I remember when I was in the system, they usually focused on my behavior issues or negative things that I've probably done or did not do.
We talk a lot about underlying needs, what's going on at home, the possible abuse, the behaviors, what is leading to those issues or those problems.
Looking at the families not as being difficult or resistant, but being able to really look at some of that underlying stuff that's happening for them.
Families really buy into this model. They don't feel attacked, they don't feel judged, they don't feel directed or instructed. They feel as though they're part of this process.
What is it that you think about the process? And they said, you know, we were surprised that we got to tell our story, and that how it was different because I was able to say, I need A, B, C, and D, as opposed to you telling us what to do.
It's about working with that child and their family. It's about integrating them into the process.
When social workers work cooperatively with families, families are more likely to take the services that we have to offer and ultimately be referred fewer times, have less recidivism.
The heart of the core practice model is really, for me, the creation of the team, which brings people together on the same page.
They can call the social worker, or that they can call somebody on that child's team to be able to talk about a need, and that there's an immediate response, because for our kids and our families, it's urgent.
Families report that when they go into a child and family team, they feel more respected, They feel more understood. They feel part of the process.
We did a family team meeting and a youth was there. She was around 11 years old. A lot of people in the room that really cared for her, and she was part of the process. Social worker wasn't just doing her goals for her. She was able to say, this is what I want.
It's provided a simple but important framework for what good practice looks like.
So it's really worked because parents go, wow, they didn't ask that before. Now they're asking, they want to know about me.
Implementing this core practice model correctly, effectively, efficiently, I think we'll see in the long run there'll be a reduction in the number of cases, the number of families coming into DCFS.
I've not talked to a single CSW that does not say that this is something that's worthwhile.
After DCFS is out, after that outside agency such as DMH is out, they still have those long-term connections to family members or people out in the community.
I really think that we are on the right path.